G'day guys and welcome back to the YouTube channel, and in today's video I'll be reacting and giving my thoughts on the Gather Round fixture. So if you do guys going to enjoy this video, like the video and subscribe to the channel because there's some more banging content coming your way. So let's just get straight into the video. Now here we go, the first game in Adelaide, and it's the start of the Gather Round. There's no better way to start it off with the Adelaide Crows versus Geelong at Adelaide Oval. So Adelaide Crows, the home team, kind of Gather Round starts things off against Geelong. I wouldn't say this is a bad one for Gather Round. I think it would be pretty good because Geelong coming off a prelim final in 2024, and Adelaide, they're a bit of an informed team, but I think it could still be a crack of a contest on a Thursday night. So I think they've actually done well to schedule this game on the Thursday night and having these two clash it out. I think they could have done a bit better, but I'll say that is pretty much a decent game. So yeah, I should be ready to watch that. Now the second game of Gather Round is on the Friday at the Adelaide Oval at 7:10 p.m. This is South Australian time. This is a crack of a contest because I think this will pull up two big crowds because it's a fierce rivalry and also a very, very packed house at the Adelaide Oval, I would assume, because there's lots of Sydney fans in the area and Collingwood, they just show up to every game. So I think this is going to be a sellout, you can say, at the Adelaide Oval. This is going to be one of the best games in Adelaide Oval. I think it will be very close, this game. Very tight till the end because these two, they have a bit of a rivalry going on these type of days, so I think it's going to be a crack of a contest, and I think it's a really good way to start off the Gather Round, the first two games. So tick tick. Now the Saturday games of Gather Round, and it starts at 12:05. So I don't actually mind this time slot, but because it clashes with the other game, I don't really like it. But anyway, I think it's got to be a bad game. Be honest, I don't think they've done well with this fixture at the moment with this game. I think it's just a trash game to have there. They should have had a better game, one of the more closer games, but North are trash, and then Gold Coast are mediocre, so it's not going to be the greatest game at this new Gather Round stadium. So as we're talking about the fixture, I don't actually like this game having it at this time slot because you have to pick between the two games, North and Gold Coast, or Carlton versus West Coast. But of course I'm going to pick this game because I think it's more better to watch viewer-wise. It's at the Adelaide Oval, so it should be a good game, I think. This is a good game to have for Gather Round, so I think they've actually done well with this because this is two big fan base kind of clubs at the Adelaide Oval, so I see why they wanted to hold this at Adelaide Oval. I think it's going to be a pretty good game, very even two sides. I think that will be this year, and I think it will be a really, really good game. Now we have the Brisbane and the Doggies at Norwood Oval at 3:45 p.m. on the Saturday. This game's actually going to be interesting, and I think they've done really well to put this game on the Saturday at 3:45. It's going to be a really good game, I'll say, because it's at Norwood as well. Two teams that are very, very good. Brisbane coming off a premiership, and the Dogs, they're pretty good. So I think it will be a great game to watch viewer-wise at Norwood. I mean, they'll pack a bit of crowd, full house at Norwood, you would expect. This is a really small ground. But yeah, I think this is a rip of a contest, so this is a tick for me. Now we have the D's and the Bombers on the Saturday at 7:05 at Adelaide Oval. This is probably one of the games where I'm going to be most excited for Gather Round because they have done well with this Saturday night game because it's going to be a rip of a contest. Two good teams, quality two teams, you can say, Essendon and Melbourne, and I think it will actually come down to the wire this game. These two teams are two talented young teams ready for the future. I know Melbourne are on a bit of a downfall, but they can pull up a fight at Adelaide Oval with a good crowd, you would expect, because it's Gather Round. But yeah, I think this is a good game. Now we move on to the Sunday games of Gather Round, and this one is at 12:05 p.m. Adelaide time at the new stadium of Gather Round, BP Oval, if whatever you want to call it. Adelaide versus Freo. This is going to be an average game, you would expect. Of course, it's Gather Round, but you have to say they've done really well with the Gather Round fixture so far. You have to tell that, except for the time slots kind of things. But this is a good game to kick to end the day of Gather Round, and I think many people will tune into this game. So I think this is actually a good game for the Gather Round. Now this is the second last game of Gather Round, and it's at Norwood Oval, St Kilda vs GWS on Sunday, 2:50 p.m. at Norwood Oval. You've got to say this has to be a cracker to nearly end Gather Round. I guess this has got to be a good game with all the factors in the world. I guess this is just going to be one of those good games, you would say, in Norwood, because we remember GWS playing in Norwood against Hawthorn last time, and that was actually pretty good. So I think they've actually done well. Two good teams having a crack at it. I think it's actually another good game here. Well, what have we got here? The most exciting contest of Gather Round, no bias, because this is the semi-final of Hawthorn vs Port Adelaide, and what a rivalry it will turn up to be in future times, as Jack Ginnivan's incident from last year, and it was a really good semi-final and broke Hawthorn hearts and even my heart as a Hawthorn fan, and ruined Flaghawk 24. But yeah, we're up against the power yet again at the Adelaide Oval at 6:50. Surely we get it done there, because we need some revenge from Port, and I think this is the perfect way to end the Gather Round. This has got to be the best game of Gather Round, and they save the best for last, as they always say. So I think this is one of the best games. Now, to everyone watching this video, like the video if you did go to enjoy this video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this AFL content, because there's some quality content coming out soon. I know this might have not been the best video, but in future videos we're not going to let that happen. I'm going to be on the editing grind, and I'll see you guys in the next one.